Good day, and welcome to Shen Plays. Today we're going to launch a game called Project Highrise. Very similar to Sim Tower from 1994. Do you guys remember 1994? I do. This game hits a lot of nostalgia for me. Let's hop in and we'll talk about how the game plays. 505 North Lake Shore Drive. We'll stick with 505, but it's going to be Southeast Shenlandia Circle. Circle? No. Way. Southeast Shenlandia Way. Perfect. And the lot size is going to be extra large. You know why? Because you can have extra fun on extra large lot sizes. Let's go. So this game is about managing a building. Let me pause here at the start. You start out with this tiny little, it's like a hut. Think of it like a little convenience store with nothing to buy inside. You have a water cooler for your construction office. You have 2 employees here. They have a little work box with a cup of coffee and some pens in the mug over there. You have a set of stairs. You have a junction box for electrics, phones, and TVs. And you also have an electric box which provides enough electricity for 12 units, or 10 units. The unit size does not matter. So one large office uses the same electricity as one studio apartment, despite the large office being much larger and having more people inside it. In any case, you can see the rest of the building is empty. We're going to fill this up with a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to grow our building. Now, there are some limitations on how large you can make your building. Since we picked the extra large lot size, we can have the building be super duper wide. And if we go into the build menu, right here, this width right there, that white area, that is as wide as we can make our building. And then if we scroll down, you can see we go 20 floors underground. Let's scroll up. You can see we go 39 floors above ground. So in total, we have 40 floors above ground because the lobby floor is considered floor 0. I know, here in the US, the lobby floor is the first floor, but not in this game. In this game, the first floor is 0. So this is actually the 40th floor up here. So 20 underground, 40 above ground. That's 60 floors. 60 floors for our building. That's a huge building. Anyway, why don't we get started and we'll talk about how the game plays. And if you're curious when this comes out, it says it comes out in summer of 2016. There is no exact date. These are our 2 construction workers. We have Jean and Beverly, and you can rename them if you want. Call her Beeves instead of Beverly. And Jean can be Jean-Claude Van Derp. And they will work at our construction office probably until the end of time. Now, if we unpause, they'll go over there and they'll come down here and they'll sip their coffee. But I don't want them to go sip coffee. Let's give them something to do. So why don't we start off by adding a second floor up here, considered floor number 1, as you can see over here. This is floor 1. And up here, we'll start putting in some offices, because offices are probably the easiest thing to add to a building at the start of the game. They have very few requirements. They're very cheap to set up, and you can fit a whole lot of them. But if we want our construction crew to be able to get up there, we're going to have to provide another set of stairs. Simple, simple. Click on the little stairs button, put one in, and we're good to go. So let's put it on fast forward and let our employees go do some work. There they go. They're arriving. Look at that. They're reading the paper. No, go to work. There you go. That's the spirit. So when you set up a new part of the building, as we added a floor up here, it costs us some money. It costs us about $300 to set this up. And it also costs you a lot of time because your construction crew have to go to each individual tile of that floor and clear it up so that it's ready for construction. Because right now, it starts out with all this debris in the way. Think of it as just, I don't know, a bare structure, bare bones with no walls or anything. So they put in some walls and some windows. So now we're ready to add some offices. So let's go find our office button here, and we can start off with only small offices. Later on, we can have medium, large, and even executive headquarters. But at the start of the game, we can only use smalls. I'm going to leave room over here for some more stairs. So let's put an office here, here, and here. And now you can see the building is the starting building is the perfect width for 3 offices and then a junction box. Let's add a junction box right there. There we go. This is the wire. Oh, they call it a wiring closet. Put a wiring closet right there. You can see that brings up electricity from the electric box down here. That's why this yellow line is like glowy and moving. If it's disconnected, then the yellow line will not be glowing and moving. And it'll actually be a little bit faded like a brown. And you'll know when it's disconnected because the color will just be wrong. Now, if we want to provide electricity for these offices, we need to grab our electric lines and just run it over. Now, you don't have to go through every single tile of an office for it to be powered. You only have to touch one tile of the office. That's it. However, I imagine we're going to be building on the other side of the stairs as well. So in that case, if we're going to put offices over here, we might as well run the electric line all the way through. Like that. Okay. Now, if we click on an empty office, they all start out empty. It's absolutely free to put in an office, but if you want to get it ready for someone to rent, then that'll cost you money. So let's click on accounting offices, and it says, let's see, global tax office says it'll cost us $100 to get it ready. It needs an electrical line. They expect courier services and copy services. So if we want these guys to be happy when they move in here, we need to first get a courier and a copy service up. So let's do that before we invite them to our office. I think we can get one courier here. Let's see if there's room. Click on the little cardboard box, go to office supplies, courier. Yeah, we can fit one right there. Okay, done. But if we want the copy services, yeah, that's a bit large. We're gonna have to go down another floor if we want to do that. So let's pick on our building icon and go down another floor. Add a set of stairs, or else our construction crew can't get down there. There you go. And don't ask me how the set of stairs is built without the construction crew, but it is. It's magical. Same thing with elevators. They're magical. All right, come on down here and work. Oh, they're going to do the courier building first. That's fine. That's fine. Now, every single person that's in your building will have, you can see little unhappy faces showing up. Oh, hey, our couriers have arrived. Every single person that works in your building will have a happiness level, and that'll be based on a whole number of factors. In this case, these construction workers are unhappy because there's no place to eat dinner here. Now, unfortunately for Jean-Claude Van Derp, we're not going to be able to have a dinner place for quite a while, so she'll just have to starve for now. And that is a big difference between this game and Sim Tower. I'm just going to keep comparing this to Sim Tower. I can't help it. I played so much Sim Tower. It was one of my favorite games in the 90s. It's a big difference that in Sim Tower, your people did not need to eat in your building. They would if you had restaurants there, but they didn't have to. In this game, they have to eat in your building. Otherwise, they become unhappy. So we will need to provide restaurants for pretty much everyone who lives and works in our building. Okay, our first daily budget summary. At the end of each day, you get this little pop-up. You can turn it off if you don't want to see them anymore. And there will be a point in the game where I turn these off once we have a steady flow of cash coming in. But at the start of the game, I'll keep these on because it gives you a pretty good idea of how much money you're spending on construction. Typically, if you're losing money every day, it's just because of construction. This does not take into account construction costs. But normally what this will do, if you're not actually actively constructing stuff, then this little pop-up every day will show you how much money you're making profit based on your rent from all your tenants and also your expenses, your daily expenses. Okay, close that. So down here, we're going to put in a copy service, which is right there. Do I want to leave 4 tiles a room? Yeah, let's leave 4 tiles a room. And the reason being is, is that what I want? Yeah, copier. The reason being is because this space right here is the same size as this building, right? And what we're going to put down here is the mechanic. And we're not going to need that just yet. We can do it right now. But if we do that, maintenance office. If we do it right now, then we're going to start needing maintenance on all of our buildings, all of our tenants, all of our rooms. What happens is, as people move through your building, they cause your rooms to break down. Like literally, the paint will come off the walls, the chairs will break, the coffee makers will stop making coffee. Everything, all hell breaks loose. And you need a maintenance facility to repair them. However, the way it works is if you don't have a maintenance office, then nothing ever needs repairs. And don't ask me why. Don't ask me why, but this game makes it so if you don't build this, then you never need to repair anything ever. But we're going to build it because I feel like that's just a little cheaty. I don't want to be cheaty. All right, anyway, go ahead and get this copy office up, and we'll go ahead and invite some office tenants. Oh, look at that. So they need power, and we're not currently providing power down there. So let's get another wiring closet. I'm probably going to keep calling them junction boxes, and wire it up. Okay, it's good to go. And let's invite some tenants up here now that we have our copy service and our courier service. And if you're looking to invite an office or whatever, or someone or some other facility, if there's ever anything that is not a green smiley face here, see how it's a green smiley face next to courier and copier? If there's ever anything that's not a green smiley face, that means you should probably build it before you invite that tenant. Otherwise, they're going to be unhappy with your building. And you don't want that. All right, let's invite Global Tax Office. Come on in. Let's also take Pinnacle Tax Service. Okay. And now let's take a look and see why these other places don't want to move in. So if we mouse over legal offices here, it says there are 2 potential tenants. However, we need a greater variety of small restaurants. So if we want to bring in a legal office or a creative office, this one says it needs a variety of cafes. And you also need 1 star. What is that 1 star? Well, that star is prestige. And you earn prestige based on population of your building. That's the easiest way to get prestige. Artwork and happy tenants. That's kind of easy to get artwork. Happy tenants is another thing. But think of artwork as a means to make tenants happy. So if you put artwork around your building, your tenants will be happier, and that'll give you prestige. Completing special contracts. These are contracts down here. We haven't really talked about that yet, but contracts give you, basic missions on making a better building. And if you just keep accepting contracts over and over and over as you finish them and get a new contract, then your building will definitely be growing in a very nice way. So the contracts offer you a kind of a guideline of how to make a decent building. And also negative prestige from move-outs and evictions. Now, this is the reason why you want to have your services like the courier and the copy service. You want to have them ready to go before you invite any tenants, because if you don't and your tenants move out from being upset, then you could lose prestige. Not always, but you can. All right, so if we want to add in a legal office, we need small restaurants. Okay, so we've got a little fork and knife. We can bring in a small restaurant. And yes, these, just like offices, come in 4 different sizes. Let's go ahead and add a small restaurant right here. And who should we invite to this small restaurant? Well, it says we can't do cafes yet because we need 1 star, 1 prestige. So we'll have to just do a food court restaurant. And there's 3 potential tenants. There's the Midway Quick Roll. They want electric line. Okay. The Quick Authentic Rolls, they also want electric line. And the Gallagher Boulevard Hot Dog Grill. I hate to say it, but I'm going to go with the hot dog grill, baby. Come on, give me them hot dogs. It's going to cost us $125 to set up, but they pay $140 rent every day. Totally worth it. Do we have electrics on this floor? I don't think so. No, let's add some electrics over here. Excellent. And now that we have a small restaurant, can we invite the legal office? Yes, we can. See how this was red X before, but now it shows 2? That means that they recognize that we've brought in a small restaurant, so they're ready to go. So who can we bring in here? Stanley U. Diaz Law Group. They expect electrical line, courier, and copier. Done. Come on in, Stanley Diaz. Now, as I said, we're going to be putting in some more offices on the other side of the stairs. So let's go ahead and get that building construction going. It'll give our construction crew something to do while we're waiting for these tenants to move in. So I'm just going to pause the game. Let's see, how many tiles do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4 tiles wide, each office. We're going to put 3 offices over here. I am going to leave room for another style of wiring closet. Oh, no, I don't need to, because we're going to replace this. Yeah. We're going to be replacing the stairs with an elevator. And the elevator, instead of being 4 tiles wide like the stairs, is only 3 tiles wide. So it gives you room for another wiring closet. And there is a second type of wiring closet for water and gas. So some of our offices will need water and gas. And we're going to need that second wiring closet. So just leaving the stairs as they are is the perfect size for replacing it with an elevator and then adding another wiring closet. So we're just going to leave that like it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for one more office, 1, 2, 3, 4 for a second office, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for a third office. There we go. I'm just going to do that down here as well. And the reason we're doing it this way is because we want people to use the stairs in a centralized location. Did I not get 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't look like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more. Man, I can't count for crap. Yeah, we want people to use the stairs as a central location. And the best way to do that is simply build around the stairs symmetrically, or elevator, or whatever you're building around. Okay, so we've got our little cafe, not a cafe. It's our hot dog grill. It's set up the sub shop. They serve lunch. Now, it's important to note what your restaurants serve because different tenants will want different kinds of foods. Some tenants want to eat dinner, some tenants want to eat lunch, some tenants want to eat breakfast. And it seems that they only really want one at a time. And I don't mean they want one at a time every day. I mean each day they'll only want one type. So if you have somebody one day and they want breakfast and you don't have a breakfast shop, then they'll be upset that day. And other days you'll have someone who wants dinner. If you don't have a dinner restaurant, then that tenant will be upset, etc., etc. All right, here's our employee working at the sandwich shop. His name is Danny. Oh, he's happy. I've got work to do. So we'll check back in on Danny. I guarantee you he will want breakfast or dinner at some point, and we'll have to provide him a restaurant for that. Okay, all 3 offices are up and running. We have Darlene. She works at Global Tax. Ray works at Pinnacle Tax. And where did you go? Oh, one of our office workers went home already. It's only 4 o'clock. Well, whatever. Let him go home early. It's all good. But yeah, we have to pay upkeep cost for almost everything in this building. The only things that you do not pay upkeep for are tenants. Tenants pay the rent to you, whereas we have to pay upkeep for courier services. We pay upkeep for copy centers, etc. See, it says operating cost $50. Operating cost $50. Yeah, so everything that we build costs us like $250 for this electrical box stuff, etc. Now, if we click on the electric box, it says we're using 6 out of our 10 production. That means if we want to do some office construction over here, and I do, we're going to have to expand our electric box pretty soon. But for now, let's just get 3 more offices so that the next... Oh, there we go. There's our end-of-day report. The next business day, we'll get some more tenants up here. All right, who wants to move in? Insurance office. Now, the reason I've been ignoring these guys is because they don't pay very much. I'm just going to skip them. What are you guys missing? These guys need a greater variety of food court restaurants. Okay. So if we add a second food court restaurant, I bet these guys will want to move in. Yeah, probably. And look at that. They pay $140 a day. Oh, but they demand a phone line. We don't have a phone box yet. So let's go ahead and add a second food court restaurant and a phone box so that we can invite those tenants. All right, second food court restaurant. Here you go. And I guess we have to go with the quick rolls. Quick rolls can do. And let's get a phone box right there. So go to the electric outlet here. We can pick on all the different type of utilities. Gas and water, that's on that second junction box style. Cable TV, phones, and electrics are all through this primary wiring cabinet. So let's get a small phone box. 10 lines at the start of the game is pretty good. I mean, it should be sufficient for a small office like this. Now with the second shop open, the second lunch shop, are we good to go? Yeah, there we go. So they need a phone line and electrics. Let's bring their utilities over before I invite them to our building. Because most likely they'll be upset if I don't provide them with the stuff they need when they want to move in. Okay, $140 a day, not bad. Not bad at all. Now, what about these creative offices? Oh, right, they need prestige and cafes. And cafes require prestige as well, so we got to wait on those. So yeah, let's keep going with the legal offices. Let's go for TI Lane. Awesome. Now, that's going to be 10 out of 10 on our electric box here. That means if we want to add more tenants, we're going to have to add a second electric box. There are 3 different sizes of utility boxes, utility supply boxes. So the small one provides for 10, and it's the cheapest, of course. The middle-sized one provides for 50, and the large-sized one provides for 150. So in every case, you're going to be spending a lot more money. It's a huge amount more money, like $250 to set this up versus $2,000 to set this up. And it's $750 a day. So it's not a small increase of cost. Oh, we finished a mission. Proof of concept. I think that means we turned a profit. Yeah. So as soon as we turned a profit, we finished our first mission. And it tells us that more contracts are available. So if we click on our contracts window here, you can see some of the early game contracts are more people needed. The city wants more people in this part of town. Increase your building population to 50. That's something we can definitely do. Incremental income. The city's Department of Planning and Development is looking for a model sustainable growth of rental property. Have daily rent revenues of $3,000 or more, and they'll reward you for being a beacon of financial prudence. Basic offices. They want 16 small offices. I think we only have 6. So we'd have to add 10 small offices to make that work. But it pays $1,000 and it gives us some influence. That's not bad. Studio apartments. Now we haven't talked about apartments yet, but yeah, you can have apartments as well. A bit of variety. They want a breakfast, a lunch, and a coffee place. Ah, okay. So they need a cafe. Yeah, we have to get some prestige so we can get a cafe to finish that one. So the easiest ones to do are probably the basic offices. Just add 10 more offices. And probably incremental income is probably, yeah. So let's take those two. So those are probably the ones that we can finish first. And you can always see your progress up here. Like we're currently about 30% of the way through incremental income. And for basic offices, it tells you we need a decent variety of offices. We need some creative offices, some insurance agents, some lawyers, and we've already done the accountants one. Nice. Okay, well, we have room over here for some more stuff, but we can't put offices underground. They're just not allowed. They can be on the first floor, but the first floor I probably want to use for more restaurants and such. Or even shopping. We haven't unlocked shopping yet. So let's go up. Let's put some more offices up. Another floor, please. Get the wiring box up there. Oh. Destination unreachable. Oh, right. I forgot to provide stairs. Here you go. Have some stairs. Excellent. We even have stairs to go to the roof. Look at that. Let's go ahead and drag some electrics and some phone lines. We're probably going to need phone lines for some of our restaurants anyway, so might as well just leave it there. Now, since we're at 10 out of 10 electrics, let's go ahead and get the larger electric box, and I'll just delete this electric box. So let's pick up the 50 electrical connections. Yeah, it costs us a lot more to set this up, but the per day cost is only 3 times as much, and you get 5 times as much electrical connections out of it. So that's a pretty good deal. Set that up right here. Delete this one. Okay. And let's add another floor. Get another wiring cabinet. Okay. More offices. Okay, come on in. Come on in. I might as well take some insurance offices. Why not? Sure. And the pay isn't that much smaller. Now we can do advertising campaigns if we want to bring in some more tenants. Like see here where it says there's no number anymore. If there's no number, it means that there's no one interested in moving in right now. But we can get some interest if we do an advertising campaign for only $75. That's not bad. $75 is not bad. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's spend $100 for some legal offices. Actually, no, what do we need? We need insurance. All right, let's just get some insurance then. To complete that mission, we need 4 insurance renters. So let's do that. Oh, we got prestige. Hey! So the way you get prestige, like we talked about, is based on population, artwork, completing contracts, and people moving out. Well, actually loses prestige. And in this case, since we hit 20 population, we now have 1 prestige. That's pretty awesome. That means we can have a cafe down here. And I should definitely get one as soon as possible. Let's put it right here. All right, let's get a cafe. Who do we have? Boulangerie de Paris. Oh, but to do that, we need a water connection, and we don't have any water being produced. So before we bring that cafe in, let's get a water hookup down here. Oh, right, there's no junction box for water. Well, we could start doing elevators. Elevators aren't that expensive. Yeah, let's keep that on hold. Keep the cafe on hold for now. It's a decent idea. Okay. Well, what do the elevators cost? $300 to set up, $50 a day. It's not that pricey because I want to put the wiring closet right here on this tile. As you can see, the elevators only take up 3 tiles. Ooh, the city's economy is entering a depression. Small businesses are hunkering down, trying to minimize their rents. However, construction costs are also cheaper. Okay, so yeah, depression is not necessarily a bad thing. All right, let's do some advertising for legal offices. It takes 2 hours to get an ad out there. Hopefully we get 3 or 4 tenants out of it so we can fill up all these offices. Come on. Come on, give me the tenants. 3, excellent. Come on in. All right, so how much are we taxing our electric line, or our phone line? 3 out of 10? And you can see the electrics are at 10 out of 50. So if we had gone with a second small electric, we would have been almost at the limit of the second small electric. So I'm glad I went with the medium electric instead. Yeah, so far so good. This building's off to a pretty decent start. $300 per. Well, if we take a loan, we can probably do that right now. Yeah, it's probably worth it to take a loan. All right, let's do that. At the end of the day here, actually, why don't we call this an episode? We'll come back next time. We'll redo this with the elevators, and we'll take a loan. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I've been Shen, you've been you. Come back. Oh, wow, look at that. We made $815 profit. Nice. We're making a pretty good profit for an early building like this. And that's something that the daily budget, hopefully they can change this to where the daily budget shows without construction costs, because this isn't a daily expense. This is just a one-time expense for new construction. But you can see down here, we made $815 today. That's pretty darn good. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Have a good day.